Hey, so someone posted something on the internet which sort of got me thinking a little bit, and I am more or less starting a little bit of a series of very short videos, which are basically just one thing that I'll talk about, and it's advice for rookies. Like, because someone wrote a post on one of the Facebook groups. It was something like, "How do I get good really quickly? How do I go from being a noob to being a good bold action player?" I do consider myself a fairly good bold action player. Um, I've heard others say I am good as well, so I'm potentially a little bit okay at this game. I'm not saying I'm the best in the world. I'm just saying I know a thing or two. So one of the things that I think separate um, beginning players, rookie players, from players who are a little bit better, more experienced, regulars or veterans in bold action terms, right, is their ability to hold back. Try when you want to get better, when you're just starting out with the game, try to not do things immediately, right? If you can push them to later in that turn, don't do them immediately. Just keep that in mind, because you'll want to do things immediately. Like, the enemy will do something, and you'll want to respond like immediately. Punish him for that. Ha! That was a mistake, right? You'll want to go, or he will like move up and attack you, and you can see he's got more. You want to go away. Wait, wait. Good things comes to those who wait. Don't do things immediately. Instead of it, think of your turn as two things. Of some units that are not needed for this turn, maybe they're needed for later in the game. These units can all go on ambush and go down. And you don't need to do anything with them. So waste time. Make him do something first. Because, and this is one of the things that we say on the Danish national team, whoever attacks the first loses first. It's simply baked into something in the mechanics of the game that there is quite often an advantage to going last. And the more you learn this, the better you'll get, and you'll get better rather quickly, right? You'll get better rather quickly. And it's also something that you can do by simply using the ambush dice more. You don't need to always do a fire order. You don't need to always do an advance order. You don't need to do all that stuff. Go on ambush. Ambush is an interesting one because it forces your opponent to do something, especially with units that you don't just want to react. You don't want them to push up this turn. They'll go later in the game. There's that objective. You're 12, 18 inches from it. It'll take you 2 turns to get there. You don't have to move in turn 1, right? It will take you 2 turns to get there. Move turn 4 or turn 3. So wait. Learn to go last, learn to have patience. I think the mistake that many starting players have is that they get swept up in a bloodlust. They want to take that dice off their opponent. They want to punish him, do something to his army so that they can get ahead in the game. And that is almost always a mistake. So that is my point. That's my first advice for rookies. That's the first thing you can train at home when you're playing games, and there really is no substitution for playing games in this hobby. If you want to get good at bold action, you have to play a lot of games. But one of the things that you can train while playing those games, especially if you feel that you're losing a lot of games, is try to go later in the turn. Try to go last. Try to respond after he's done as much as you can make him do. Then you'll respond and take the dice that you've been waiting for all turn. That attack, you make that attack at the end of the turn. when you are secure. That's it. So that was my first advice for you noobs, for rookies, and yeah, more to come in this series, I think, and we shall see. That's it. Cheers.